In the heart of the icy land called Antarctica, where the snow never melts and the wind sings across endless white plains, there lived a young penguin named Penny. Penny was not the tallest in her colony, nor the strongest swimmer, but she was known for something even more special: her boundless curiosity. Every day, Penny would venture out with wide, bright eyes. She loved to slide across mirror-smooth ice, belly first, racing the breeze and laughing as snowflakes whirled around her. She loved to dive into the deep blue ocean, darting and spiraling beneath the surface, her sleek feathers glinting in the weak sunlight. But more than anything, Penny loved to ask questions. And oh, did she ever have questions? Why is the ice so brilliantly white? She wondered aloud, stretching her neck to study a nearby snowdrift. Do snowflakes come in secret shapes that nobody has seen? She asked one swirling afternoon, trying to catch a flake on her beak. Sometimes, when she really let her mind wander, she would ask her favorite question of all: could I ever fly if I flapped my wings really, really hard? While the others in the colony shook their heads or chuckled gently at her endless musings, there was one friend who never tired of Penny's curiosity. Sammy, a shy seal, had met Penny during one of her underwater adventures. Ever since, they'd been inseparable. Though Sammy tended to blush and hide behind Penny when the others gathered around, he was never far from her side, following along as she explored, listened, and dreamed. Together, Penny and Sammy discovered hidden caves beneath shelves of ice. They watched the mysterious glimmer of the southern lights on cloudless nights. Every moment was another chance for Penny to ask questions, and for Sammy to learn too. One biting morning, with waves of mist swirling over the plain, Penny set out for her favorite fishing spot, a narrow ridge of ice she liked to call the Waddle Walk. Sammy was close behind, still munching the last bits of his breakfast. But when Penny reached the spot, she came to a halt. There was something strange in the air. The ice near the edge was different, thinner, almost glassy. Where once there had been a shelf of solid snow, now there was a patch of unfamiliar water, dark and rippling in the cold light. Penny's eyes widened in alarm.
Sammy, look, there's water where the ice should be. Why?
It wasn't like that yesterday, Penny.
Penny felt a squirm of worry deep in her belly. She spun around and called for Grandpa Percy, the oldest and wisest penguin in all the colony. Within moments, Grandpa Percy arrived, his snowy feathers gleaming with age and experience. He looked quietly at the melting patch, his expression grave.
Grandpa, the ice is melting. How is this happening?
Grandpa Percy nodded, taking in the scene with slow carefulness.
Yes, little one. The world is changing. The air, the sea, even the endless snow. Everything is getting warmer. Too warm. We call it climate change.
Penny's eyes darted to the horizon, where the ice stretched as far as she could see. Her heart beat faster.
But what can a penguin do?
Grandpa Percy gazed at Penny for a long moment, his eyes filled with knowledge earned from many winters.
That's the biggest question of all.
Penny couldn't accept just standing by. She waddled away, lost in restless thought. She didn't like seeing her beloved Antarctic home change, the snow melting beneath her very feet. That night, as the sky turned rich with midnight blue, she called her friends together for a meeting, determined to take action. First to arrive was Pablo, a cheerful penguin whose jokes could brighten even the darkest winter. Then came Pippa, the artist of the colony, whose feathers were always smudged with colors from berry juice and seaweed paints. Last, Tiny Pete, the youngest of them, still learning to walk without tripping over his own feet. Even shy Sammy the seal curled up on the edge of the snow to listen.
We can't wait for someone else to solve this. The world is changing, but maybe if we speak up, the humans will listen.
Pippa, always ready to put her art to good use, began painting signs with snowy letters. Each message carried their hope. Save our ice, she painted, the words bold and clear. Love the earth, read another with a little blue and green globe. Even Pete made an attempt, though his sign was just an enthusiastic splash of color. Pablo added a bit of cheer to the scene by juggling shiny pebbles, while Sammy barked his encouragement in a cascade of earnest, happy noises.
Let's send a message they can't ignore.
Under Penny's leadership, the friends gathered at the tallest iceberg they could find. From its gleaming summit, they waved their painted signs to the sky, flapped their wings with all their strength, and called out together, an echo of hope in the crisp Antarctic air. Little did they know, far away across land and sea, their message would soon be heard. On the other side of the world, in a sun-drenched city, lived a 17-year-old named Zara. Zara felt small sometimes in her busy world, but she had always been enchanted by stories of far-off places and wild creatures. One bright afternoon, curled up in her room, Zara chose a documentary about Antarctic wildlife. She expected to see the usual: mighty whales, soaring albatross, and of course penguins paddling through ice floes. But suddenly, her screen filled with the surprising sight of Penny and her friends. There they were, penguins and seals waving painted signs atop a giant shimmering pinnacle of ice. The bold letters caught Zara's attention. "Save our ice. Love the Earth." Zara's eyes widened in amazement. She pressed her face closer to the screen, her heart thumping with excitement.
They're trying to tell us something. They need help.
That night, Zara made a plan of her own. She turned off every unnecessary light in her house, careful to leave only what was needed. In the morning, she convinced her family to plant a tree in their garden. She named it Hope. At school, she shared Penny's story with her classmates and teachers, starting a conversation about the world's changing climate and what they might do to help. To her surprise, her idea caught on. Friends joined her in turning off lights, riding bikes instead of driving, and picking up litter from the neighborhood park. Zara's small actions grew into a wave of change, spreading from person to person, classroom to classroom. She realized that even the smallest voices could grow into something mighty when joined with others. Back in the icy reaches of Antarctica, the days grew longer, and the sunlight danced on the crystal-white fields. Penny stood proud atop her favorite hill, looking out across the shimmering sea. She could not see Zara, or the tree called Hope, or the children far away who had changed their habits because of her message. But still she felt a deep sense of connection, a quiet hope stirring inside her.
I think they heard us, Grandpa.
Yes, they did, Penny. Never forget that even the smallest voice, if it is true and strong, can echo across the world.
As night fell once more and snowflakes began to tumble down, soft and silent, Penny gazed at the northern lights swirling above. She wasn't just a penguin anymore, she was a messenger, a symbol of possibility and a beacon of hope glimmering among the stars. Surrounded by friends, carried by dreams, and buoyed by her newfound courage, Penny knew her story was only just beginning. The icy world was vast, mysterious, and sometimes fragile. But as long as there were voices willing to speak up for it, voices like hers, like Sammy's, like Zara's and countless others, there would always be hope. And in the glimmering stillness of the Antarctic night, Penny smiled, flapped her wings, and let her dreams set sail toward the farthest horizon. The end.